Hi everyone. Can you hear me on Discord?
Yes, hello.
Perfect. All right. I see many of you joined on Discord, which is excellent. Please check that your settings is on push to talk. We got 3 minutes to the start here. I'm just going to continue to type in messages to the group. Sprint workout. We get to sprint at every lap.
Yeah, we're sprinting once or twice a lap.
We are sprinting once a lap. It's going to be at the sprint banner of the classic course.
Okay, cool. I'm a bit concerned.
No worries. We're going to do a warm-up. So the first lap is really, I see it as a warm-up, and we're not going to be sprinting that first time we cross the sprint banner. We're going to use that as a leg opener, and I'll give you more instructions as we go through it. All right, everyone, thank you for joining. Again, my name is Theia Friestedt. I have been leading Zwift Academy rides for a couple of months now. I'm also a cycling coach. Really happy to be here. We're gonna roll very easy.
Right on. Right on.
About a minute here to go.
Hammer time.
Feel free to, this is our chat channel. You can talk as much as you like on this channel. That's the good thing about it. Big group. And I'm going to do my best to type and do everything else at the same time. Here we go. Going to roll really easy now. We just want to get the group together. Really getting up to speed as a peloton here. And I'm going to give some more instructions about the workout itself. So the first lap is a warm-up. take it down. I'm going to go around 1.6 to 1.8 watts per kilogram here. I don't think my video is going through. Okay. Steady on the hills, but of course I can't spell. All right, how's everyone doing today?
Nervous.
No need to be nervous at all. The whole purpose of this is for us to work at improving, but also to have fun while doing it.
Well, I'll just sweep the ends. That's about it. Well, let's see how it goes, but I'm really nervous about sprints.
Oh, I know. Is anyone new to group riding? Is this their first group ride? I know that the academy started on Friday.
But if this is the warm-up lap, I don't want to know about the rest.
I'll take it a little lower here. So it is a workout. The goal is to be at 2.2 watts per kilogram throughout the workout. And then the sprints, of course, is when you go as hard as you can. You can do the sprints either seated or out of the saddle, up to you. And I'm keeping below 2 watts per kilogram. Yeah, so the first sprint will start from the 300-meter sign, right before the sprint banner. It's on the left side, and that's on the red carpet that we call it, of the Class C course. Gonna take it easy here on this hill. Keeping it 2. We have some background noise. If you could go either on mute or push to talk, please.
Sure, sorry, I've just logged into Discord, so it's the first time using it. I can just see the beacon, so I'll just turn it off.
I'm glad that you're able to do it. That's great. No, thanks for joining. So I'm keeping it 2 watts per kilogram steady up here. And you ladies might be hearing my dog barking in the background. I have a 5-month-old puppy. And then I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old taking care of that 5-month-old puppy as I ride.
Like a 10-year... I'm sorry, you might hear some barking on my end as well. Theia, what dogs do you have?
Yeah, so if you could go either on mute or push to talk, that would be helpful with the noise. All right, I'm gonna just let the group know here that the first sprint will not really be a sprint. So this first one, we're gonna do just a surge at 85 to 95% of threshold. So I'll type a goal here so people know where we should start the sprint.
There'll be a couple of laps before the guys really adjust to where it is all situated.
So here's the 300 right here. We go 85 to 95%. as a warm-up. And then we regroup. So on this course, in 1 hour, we will be doing about 6 or 7 sprints total.
Right on.
I think we split the group. These guys are way ahead.
Yeah, it's really tricky to keep everybody together, especially when you have a group of 50. There's it's a wide range of power to weight. So when we have a workout, typically we end up separating. It's different when you have a group ride, like an endurance steady ride, where people are doing the same efforts consistently throughout the ride. For something like this, it gets to be a little tricky, especially for the riders who are not as familiar with riding in groups. Bringing up to 2 watts per kilogram now. We'll keep it between 2 and 2.2. In between, of course, right after we finish a sprint, we might have to slow down below 2 to regroup. Also to take a breather. So really finding that balance on which gear to use. Typically for a sprint, and we have a 15-second sprint in this particular workout, you would find a gear that will give you enough resistance so you're able to go fast and hard, but you should be aiming to finish your sprint at around 90 to 100 RPMs. Steady on the hills. How's the pace? You ladies are so quiet there on Discord.
Everybody's working.
Fair enough.
I am for sure sweating. I'm normally not a sweating person, but my God, I've got like streams running down.
Fair enough, Catherine. Fair enough. No problem. I just want to make sure that everybody's doing fine. Group looks good. Like I said, it's not going to be 100% of everybody together doing the whole ride.
Sorry, I'm one of the guilty ones. I'm sort of in between.
Getting close here. That's the red carpet. And the first sign on the left is the 300 sign.
That was funny. That was very funny. I was about to interpret it slightly the other way
It's
around.
like, oh, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe the ride leader is saying bad words. Um,
I kind of went full out on the sprint. Clocked probably the highest wattage ever. And there's somebody still in this group that beat me by about 3 seconds. That must be one hell of a machine riding out there.
oh, yeah. Oh, somebody doesn't have a fan. I don't know how. Oh, I can do without a fan. I actually have 3 fans, but I'm using just one now. A very like low setting one to try to get used to it because I'm going to be racing at the CVR World Cup in about 10 days, and I'm told that it can get pretty hot in there. Carrie Conabear on this ride, she's also going. I can't wait to meet her in person.
Oh, that's awesome. Good luck to you guys. I hope you do real well.
Thank you.
Actually, the most important, just go out there and have fun. Everything else will happen.
That's the mindset. Yep. Paris will be cold. I don't know.
Actually, strange enough, I'm probably the only one that's not using a fan. I actually get very, very cold if I have a fan blowing at me. So I rather without.
I'm so used to the cold living in Chicago. Today was 11 or 12 degrees Celsius in the morning, and I got out with shorts and a t-shirt.
No way.
Yeah. It was like, oh, wow, it feels crispy today. It feels nice.
Okay, no way, no way. No, okay, well, I am in Switzerland, but I am from hot Africa, so I guess I've acclimatized now a bit, but still, I prefer warm to cold.
I do too, to be honest. I was born in Brazil, and I've been living in the
there you
United States
go.
for 20 years now. I think I just got used to it. I like it to work out in the cold. Not super cold, because if it's like 0 degrees, I don't want to go outside at all to work out.
I actually find 0 degrees to be colder than even -5 or even -10. I cycle to the office in winter, and it can be minus, and I feel absolutely fine. And whenever it is 0, I am freezing. I don't know what it is about that 0.
So where do you live in Switzerland?
I'm just next to the German border on the northern side of Switzerland in the canton called Aargau.
Okay.
It's sort of, if you draw a line between Zurich and Basel, and in the middle, you point north towards the German border. I am just about on that borderline there.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. I used to go to Switzerland, to Zurich actually, quite a bit for work. I absolutely love Switzerland.
It's really a stunning country. Love it a bit. And interesting with all their funny regulations and things, but once you get used to it, it's actually really cool. Plenty cycle paths to go on, and people are so courteous of cyclists. It's actually a pleasure to be a cyclist here.
That's nice. So this goes back to what I was saying before, to have enough resistance to get started and to be almost completely spun out by the end of 15 seconds or however long it takes you to do the sprint. Look at the big moon. Is it night on everybody's course? Because sometimes when my husband is Zwifting next to me, even though we're Zwifting at the same time and he's on the same course, he's got daylight and I got nighttime.
That's exactly the same what we're having now. My husband is on the red carpet. He is pitch night. I've got a midday sun.
So funny.
Really weird.
All right, here we go. Getting close here to the next one. Shifting gears. Wow, my trainer is making so much noise. Whew. Heart rate all the way up.
Is this lap free still, Theia? So I didn't lose a lap?
Yeah, you're fine. You didn't lose anything.
Phew.
Wow, how could you go get off the trainer and you got back and you caught up? That's amazing.
That's about 2.5 minutes. I was pushing. I was maxed out the whole time.
Somebody's getting 10 watts a kilo.
I need to rest now, though.
I had a super hard workout this morning. 40 minutes of threshold work. I have nothing left on my legs.
Did my FTP yesterday. My legs are gone.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's a hard one.
And I really missed it by not just by a mile, but many miles. I just don't know what went wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't always happen the same way, and there's so many things that come into play. At least you're over with. That's good. And you know what? It's the way I see it. If you did an FTP test and it came down lower than your actual FTP, I would not decrease that. I wouldn't decrease it. So if you tested not too long ago, and for example, you got 100 and you tested this time and you got 95, I would keep the 100. If you're continuing to train between your last test and this one, and it hasn't been a super long time, I would keep the other number, because chances are you didn't go down.
I don't really think I did, but I never did the test. I'm about month and a half on Zwift, so I haven't done the official test. The only thing I really done is receive a notification from Zwift saying, "Oh, congratulations, your FTP has gone up." And I'm like, okay, well, that's the FTP I'm going to use. And now I've done the test, and I am miserably behind. But I'm totally planning to redo it just to make sure. What the heck? The worst that can happen, it can go even further down.
I'm not redoing mine. There's no way I'm redoing mine. I just run away from it. I really don't like it.
Can't blame you. So far, I haven't really heard anything good about it. But you know what? It's fun. It's a game. Just go at it. The legs will be sore for the next couple of days. What the heck?
Well, it's if you train, if you have structured training, if you train with power, you have to have a number so you can set up your percentages so you can have your workouts done at that percentage. So you need something. But the other interesting thing is I've seen a lot of my athletes. There are athletes who do their FTP test, they get a number, but it doesn't really mean they can go out and ride for an hour at that number. They could not do it. So again, it's just a tool to measure progress, something you use to set up workouts.
Yeah, I fully agree. I don't think that it all shows my ability on a normal road out there in the bunch with the head-on wind, the whole works.
There we go. We're gonna get to the next one. Let's see what we can do on this one now. So the group has been together for the most part here. We're getting close. See, that's the good thing about being the ride leader. I never lose the beacon. Ooh.
That was painful.
For sure.
I'm tired. Does anybody else start like a lot sooner?
Start sooner?
Yeah, start before the line and get a run up. So your legs are already at a high pace, and then you can just ramp the speed up. I don't know if I'm doing it right or not.
Yeah, you could do that. So there's several ways to train for sprints. There's the one that you gain momentum, so you start going faster and faster and shifting gears ahead of time. So you pick up speed, and then by the time you have to go, you go all out. And there's the one that you are cruising at a steady speed, and then you take off. So, because, you know, as you can imagine, in a race or in real life, you're going to have the two situations. You're going to have situations where you know where your sprinting is going to happen, where your finish line is. But you might not be on a race. Maybe you're in a group ride. And you are trying to keep up with the group, and the group has a big surge.
Right on.
So that's another purpose of sprinting. So we slow down as we approach the 300 meter. So we're almost standing still. And then we go for the sprint. So really just an optional challenge. To mimic situations where you're caught off guard.
I can't help but feel that I'm being caught off guard every single time.
That's funny.
It's like my curse. I'm always late for the sprint.
In looking at all these Zwift Academy workouts that we have to complete, it seems to be that there's quite a bit of emphasis on sprinting.
Well, if you look, who most of the time wins a stage or the day race, it would be at the end of the day a sprinter, unless it's a serious,
right?
Unless it's a complete total mountain stage and end. You need a sprinter right there in front with a serious kick power.
Yeah, you need to be able to close the deal, unless you're of course doing a time trial. But yeah, that's true. It's
Absolutely.
the finish line. All right, I'm going to start slowing down. Almost to a standstill. And then go. Carrie Conabear, if you're hearing me, you're such a good sprinter. Whew. I hope I'm not racing against you on Friday.
Ha ha ha, that is funny. Wow, that tested the handlebars. I broke my arm, and I had to get my partner to hold the front wheel down because I
Oh my
couldn't pull
gosh.
with the handle. So yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare.
Well,
So I'm back this year.
my trainer just moved sideways. I have like a piece of plywood where I put my trainer on top, but it just moved sideways, so it's almost coming off the board here.
Oh la
Because
la,
every
it's
time I
also
sprint,
there.
if I fall down, you guys keep going.
No, we'll have to come and pick you up. We'll take a few hours of flight though, but we'll be there.
Oh my. So we have, I think, 2 sprints left.
For those who have legs left, I'm not so sure I've got mine anymore.
Yeah, I like that last one too. I like when I have to do a masher. I liked it, but I went slower. Yeah, there's less momentum. So next one, whichever one you like, the best. It's like a feel-good sprint coming up. Sylvia's like just getting it done. That's sort of like me. I'm not a sprinter. And there's actually a lot of studies and data out there that says you probably cannot train to be a sprinter. Chances are you either are a sprinter or you're not. Now, one thing to take into account, if you have been training for 3 years or less, then you don't know yet. It's too early to tell. For the first 3 years, there's a lot of changes happening at the cellular level from all the training. So if you are in that group, don't categorize yourself. Don't say, oh, I'm a sprinter, I'm not a sprinter. You don't know yet.
I
The
have
other good
managed to
thing too.
figure out myself. Sorry. Go
The
for
other
it.
good thing is studies show that it takes 10 years for a cyclist to reach his or her maximum potential. 10 years of solid training, regardless of the age at which you start. So this is something to keep in mind. It's for the long run. Do it mindfully so you don't get injured. Be kind to your body. It's good to push yourself. Just as important to rest. It is during rest that your body gets stronger. All right, so feel good sprint coming up. So I think next week this might be a sprint again. You know, it changes every week. Not every week, but maybe every 2 weeks. It changes around between sprints, climbing, and steady ride. Just check the event module. Here we go. Well, that was not the final sprint.
Oh, that was the last one.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem with my with my trainer moving around. I think I need to get a sticky mat or like a rubber mat or something.
I have a rubber mat and it works fantastic, really worth it.
Oh, good to know. I'm gonna have to go get one.
I just use I have a yoga mat under mine, and it's pretty good too.
Oh, Kirsten, good idea. I have like 3 yoga mats here. I'm gonna get the one that my husband uses. Ha! You have 0 now.
I'm using the one that came with my trainer and it is really fantastic. The 1K sign here.
So the 1K is the balloon, that red balloon.
Cheers.
Ride on.
Awesome. This has been fun. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can play with here. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll be back next week.
See you then.
Here from the balloon.
Good luck for the
See ya.
weekend.
Thanks. Here you go. It's optional. If somebody doesn't want to do it, that's fine. But this is like a race. This is typically what happens in a race. And you can use that in your next race.
Thanks. I'm a toast.
If you have a few more minutes, cool down. This was fun. I love having this big group. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Theia. See you, ladies.
All right. See you next time. Ooh.